When last we left our intrepid adventurers,
They had escaped Slarin 2 after, well, not watching, but being there for the assassination of a wealthy man that they were delivering some precious artifacts to, some ancient alien relics.
with which we were not involved.
At all, of course, not
And for
not
which we
not
haven't
even a
been
little bit.
paid. Not even a little bit.
for which you have not been paid, for which you were not involved. Although you were the first ship to blast off after the man's death, so it will probably not look good for you unless
Under
you.
heavy attack, they were trying to cut into our hold. We're just trying to preserve our way of life here.
Well, you did manage to escape, and you jumped.
Thanks, straight we did.
You jumped a beacon to the northeast and fought some ridiculous Zoltans, and then you jumped to a beacon.
Sultan Zealots,
Yes.
who now have spray painted on the side of their ship. We suck.
And then you jumped to the southeast, and that was where we left off. Yes.
Correct.
Sure.
Excellent. Well, in recap, I guess that is the recap. As you get to that next beacon, you are suddenly attacked by mantis pirates.
What's the name of this beacon?
Again,
This beacon has no name.
there are a lot of those.
I've been
Fine.
riding through the
If
desert
you won't,
on a beacon
I'll
with no
name
name.
it.
Wait, hold on. Maybe I can. One moment.
no, too late. This is the Johnny Cash beacon.
Johnny Cash.
Nice. Okay.
Right. Well, that works.
The Johnny Cash beacon.
The Johnny Cash beacon. Right.
This is
Well,
the one that's space north of Sentinel VI.
yes, this is Space North of Sentinel 6. And really quick to review your ship status, I have that you're down to 8 hull from
Probably.
one of your battles, from the last battle, and that you have how much fuel? How much fuel? You have 20 fuel at the moment.
That's what I have as well.
Awesome. Okay. The ship that is attacking you has 6 hull, 1 armor. It's a regular pirate scout. I'll load up a picture on the chat really quick. Maybe I will.
Does anyone have an updated map they can share?
Yes, one moment. I'm working on
That'd be
getting the
awesome.
Johnny Cash beacon added.
The weapons on that ship are incorrect, as are the crew, but the shape is correct. This ship does not have any shields. It has 1 armor. It has 3 mantis crewmen.
Crew Mantis.
Yes, 3 crew mantis. And it has a mini beam, a heavy laser, and a teleport.
So what you're saying is it looks exactly like this ship, but it acts nothing at all like this ship.
Yes, that is exactly what I'm saying.
I'm going to name this enemy ship the Red Herring.
Right, the so-named red herring is flying towards you with weapons charged.
It has how many shields?
0.
0 shields, and it has a teleporter.
Yes.
And what else?
A mini beam and a heavy laser Mark 1.
Okay, that sounds manageable.
I think we can handle these guys.
Any like hull armor or anything like that?
It's got 1 armor.
Do they attempt to communicate with us?
Not at the moment. Right now, they're flying towards you with their weapons armed.
I
Or
open
their
a
weapons.
hailing channel.
Roll for initiative. Oh, my bad.
Yeah, roll for initiative.
This is Wilberforce Jericho Carlos III, King of the planet Atlantis and Captain of the Durango.
we have to go through this
State your
every time.
intentions. I'm going to get that into at least every session. At least once every session. So just deal with it.
There's no response. Roll for initiative.
Modar, update the IFF to declare these guys jerks.
What replies
And then we're
affirmative?
going to blow the jerks up.
Right, so roll for initiative.
Oh, rolling. I rolled a 3.
They rolled a 14, so they
I
will.
was a little too busy insulting them.
So yes, quite so. So they will begin charging their weapons
Despite
first.
talking being a free action.
I mean, I don't know how that works. Their teleporter begins charging, although it appears that they were waiting for you and had it partially charged. So it will probably charge faster than it would normally charge, but
Motor,
as of
upgrade
yet,
their IFF classification to particularly rude jerks.
but they haven't actually
Really
teleported yet.
Ambushing jerks.
One of them is staying at the helm.
like that
The
better.
other two are moving towards the teleport room, which is, I should note for clarification's sake, at the. Oh yeah, it's on there. You can see where it is on the ship that I posted on the chat.
Ah. Okay.
That brings us to the bottom of the first. Your turn. I assume you charge your weapons
Of course.
Charge weapons and shields and commence explosion dodging.
and commence explosion. Yes, I love that sound. Second, they will be top of the second. Their turn. They will be able to fire their mini beam next turn. But they can't do anything yet, so it goes to the bottom of the second with you guys.
Maybe we should have Stephen Martin talk to them. He's a mantis.
Yeah, but he's a scientist, not a pirate.
Yeah, but he's a diplomat. Scientist. I mean, he's a scientist. He's more diplomatic than certain captains we have on board.
Oh, I
Damn it,
don't
Jim,
want
my
to hear it
scientist,
from
not
you.
the diplomacy of the King of Atlantis is not exactly especially subtle.
I really don't want to hear subtle from you,
Or
Mister. I
effective.
got knocked out by a bounty hunter hiding me at a dumpster.
That guy was insane.
And tased
all
my
right.
whole crew.
After we killed him, he still almost disabled our ship. Like, after we killed him.
Again, your fault.
My fault. Are we gonna do this right now? Are we gonna do this right now?
No, right now we're commencing explosion dodging.
Okay.
We're continuing.
You're gonna continue
Commence
that.
last turn.
Next turn, you'll be able to fire your ion cannon.
But this turn, we have a +1 to our dodge because of 2 consecutive turns of evasive maneuvers.
Quite so. Which means we go to the top of the third.
We can also fire
And
the mini beam too this turn, right?
they,
If we wanted.
yes,
Top of the, well, when we get to the bottom of the third. Sorry.
yes, you will be able to fire both of those. You guys still have your shields up, correct?
Da.
Okay, so they're gonna not fire anything this turn because they're decently intelligent.
Nuts.
If they were really decently intelligent, they'd realize that they can't get through our shields,
And
they
they'd run
would
away.
surrender.
Ooh, ooh, ooh. I open a hailing channel again.
It's not
Hey.
received.
Hey, if you guys were even decently intelligent, you would recognize that you can't beat us and you would surrender.
Your hails go completely unanswered.
Hey, you
It's now your turn,
the
bottom of the
blaster
third.
rifle pilot, you're gonna need to ward off borders soon.
No worries, I got this.
So, I'm just saying.
I ready my blaster rifle.
Okay.
Bottom of the third, your turn. Would you like to fire anything, or wait?
Of course, we would like to fire things. You said they have 2 shields, or one?
Yes.
Okay, let's fire the ion cannon.
Okay.
I'm okay with this.
Do I just roll? What do we
Yep. Roll for it.
have? Okay, I'm at +2, right? Because I have.
Should be.
well,
Yes,
I
you're
have
plus
a
2.
point in weapons, and I'm manning it. So I rolled a 14.
Actually, do you have what's your dex?
Oh, my dex is 12, so I'm at +3.
You're at +3.
So 14 plus 3, 17.
Success. And they do not dodge, which means your ion hits,
Hooray!
doing 1 damage to their shields
Okay.
and ionizing their shields.
Yes.
Oops. I think that's you guys, not to them.
And we will not fire the mini beam.
Okay.
Because we have a modicum of intelligence as well.
Really?
A modicum.
Astonishingly enough.
Never would have predicted that.
This, I know,
The really
despite
surprising
the vast
part is
negativity in that
That
direction
all
from
the
our pilot.
intelligence is in the pilot's chair, and yet the gunner still makes a smart decision.
Okay,
It's
so we
just
fired the ion
an
cannon.
endless gulf of anti intelligence in the pilot bay. And that's why we keep the doors sealed, so that the rest of us don't get sucked in.
On the
Black hole for intelligence.
On the Mantis pirate turn, they fire their heavy laser at you, and they just barely hit.
Oh, no, they don't. I'm going to roll to dodge successfully.
You will have to hit an 18 with plus, what, 3?
Something like that.
I think you have plus 3.
Can I pretend I waited until after you told me that before rolling?
Nope. What did you roll?
I rolled a 1.
You rolled a 1?
no.
Oh no.
I was too busy checking to make sure that the doors behind me were sealed so I didn't get infected with stupid.
Well, not only did you not dodge, you dodged the ship into their heavy laser.
Oh, gosh.
Hey, what if maybe like Modar does something awesome and cancels that?
Motor rolls a 20.
Oh, that's right. I guess I
Could
have said if
happen.
Motor rolls a 20, he can
Yeah.
dodge it for you.
Which has never happened ever in history.
But he does not. Which means, let's see, where does that heavy
nuts.
laser hit you?
In the shields. It hits us in the shields. The
Actually-
shields are up.
Let's see, 1, 2, 3. Oh, shoot.
We have 2 shields.
Oh, it hits you in the dawn. It crashes directly
What?
into. It crashes directly into the bridge, disabling.
It hits you in the dawn.
It hits you in the dawn.
Basically.
Disabling your piloting system, and starting a fire.
Whoa. What about the shields? We have 2 shields.
Yeah, I think what happened is you dodged into the shot so that it phased through the shields.
It phased through the shields, somehow disrupting the
sorry.
shield frequencies.
That doesn't make
You're
any
such
sense
a
at
bad
all.
pilot that
It doesn't
you
make any
literally
sense to Amy
negated
either.
both shields on your own somehow.
Modar comments that this anomaly has a 1 in a bazillion chance of ever
Never
happening.
tell me the odds!
Get Modar up to the bridge to help with the fire.
I'm gonna start putting the fire out.
And you better get Modar up there too to help fix, because he's
No,
not
we
really
need
digging the engines.
Modar to use the engines to
You
dodge.
can't dodge, and the engines
Well,
if the piloting is down. If the piloting
actually
is down, you can't dodge.
It's actually still their turn, and they're gonna fire the mini beam, which glances off, which is absorbed by your shields. And it seems that they were expecting. It seems that they were expecting the heavy laser to take out your shields.
See, I totally did something good there.
You know, we've
Well,
got
you're.
2 shields anyway, so you can't take credit
Shut
for
up.
what turns out to be a pretty bad mistake anyway. I mean,
Well,
Shut up.
fortunately, due to your armor, you only took 1 hull damage. So you're only down to 7 hull.
thank
I'm gonna
goodness.
put the fire out.
I fire the heavy laser.
Roll for it.
Wait, it's our turn, right?
Yes.
Yes.
It's the bottom of the 4th.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm at +3. I rolled a 10.
Rolled a 10. Good enough. Let's see if he dodges. Whoa! He rolls a 1 to dodge.
Happens to everybody, you know? It happens to everybody.
Look, there's just an aura of bad luck in this
I
sector.
guess.
was
Nobody's
that
playing
a-
defense.
Was that a? You said that was the heavy laser, right?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Does it
so
phase through their remaining shield?
actually, yes, it does.
Yes!
And let's see
I
where
really
it
need to see your crit table.
Shh. Don't ask questions. It hits them in the weapons bay and starts a fire.
Gina?
And they have 1 armor, which means it only does 1 damage to the hull, bringing them down to 5 hull. And they now have a fire in the weapons bay.
Oh, nice.
And you guys have.
totally move off the teleporter and go put the fire out.
They should, but that wouldn't be the first stupid thing they've done. So.
Okay, is there anything else you want to fire?
Yes, my pilot, please.
I knew that was coming.
That was actually brilliant and really funny.
I do
It was
not.
just like It was like watching a train come down the tunnel at me. I could not stop this.
Okay, we're not firing the mini beam. Because we didn't hit the shields with the laser somehow.
It was able to phase through the laser, through the shields.
Traveling space-time anomaly.
Geez, okay, well, here we go.
Oh boy. Yeah, is there many beams on recharge?
Fired, yes. There may be. It's the top of the 4th. Then, oh, speaking of fires, are you actually going to pull anyone into piloting to help with fire?
I think
First I'm going to try to put it out.
That was the bottom of the 4th, is what we just did. So it's top of the 5th next.
No, I still haven't rolled to put the fire out.
Make a dex roll and then a strength roll.
The dex roll is a 7 plus 1.
Okay.
Please don't fail.
And the strength roll was an 18 plus 1.
Wow. You were able
You don't
to
know what you're doing, but you're doing it really well.
You're doing it really well. You were able to keep the fire controlled so it doesn't spread to the other half of the cockpit.
That's it.
Congratulations.
Well, so far on this turn, yeah.
That's a big deal. That's a big deal. I think,
consider how difficult it is to put out fires in FTL.
At least my snacks are okay.
I was gonna say, I think we should vent the cockpit to the vacuum of space.
I would love to just vent your brain to the vacuum inside
All
it.
right.
All right. So then we're at the top of the 5th.
Mhm.
Yeah. 4, 5. Okay. So next turn, they'll be able to fire their mini beam. And this turn, they are going to teleport.
Would their weapons be on fire?
Well, their pilot is going to move towards their weapons bay,
Sweet, they can't dodge.
No doubt.
which means he's out of the piloting room, and the 2 Mantis teleport onto your... They teleport both into the engines bay and begin engaging Modar in combat.
Modar is supposed to be heading towards the pilot thing to help with the fire.
Modar is defending the engines right now, and Dr. Stephen Albert should probably go help. And by that I mean definitely.
Combat. Dun, dun, dun. This is exciting. Okay, well, the first one misses. The second one hits. And let's see. What is his dex? What is Motor's dex? Where is that?
It's 11.
Yes. Which means he needs to hit below 5, and he does not, which means they do. Ouch! Holy cow.
Uh-oh, did Modar die?
No, Motor did not die. 0 or 1, so 3 damage though.
How much health does he have?
Good question, let me check. He has 8.
Total or remaining?
Total. Which means he has 5 remaining.
Oh, that's bad.
That's okay. He gets to swing back.
Oh, good.
With his 6 strength.
Yep, and let's see if... Oh, they dodged.
We need
No,
Stephen
they did not
Albert.
dodge. Sorry, dodge is a low score, not a high score. Which means
What's going on?
he does 1 damage to one of the 2 Mantis.
Out of how much health do they have?
10.
Yay.
Okay, alright, here we go, Modar. Hey, Modar, get out of the weapons bay and get up to the piloting bay and put out that fire. And maybe Dawn, you should go down and deal with these Mantis.
Roger, roger, affirmative.
Actually, maybe I will go deal with the Mantis and the weapons can fire themselves without me because their ship is on fire. So
It's true, they're not going to be shooting back for a while.
Maybe I will go help out as well.
You go help out because you're closer, and I will get our ship back in
And I
function.
can get there this turn, right? Yes, I can.
Weapons, you can get, yeah. You can
But
get in
not
there.
till the bottom. of
Yeah,
the fifth,
it's still the
right?
top. It's still their turn. And I already rolled for the pilot who's fighting the fire on their ship. Their shields are no longer ioned. And,
How were their shields not ioned? We only hit
Well-
them 2 turns ago.
3 turns ago.
Yeah, but
No, you're right. You're right. There's one more turn. Sorry, I misread my die. There's one more turn.
it better not be.
They have one more turn of being ions.
Maybe I'll wait to shoot the ion cannon so that we get a +3 on it.
Either way, it is now your turn.
Okay.
Ion beam, heavy laser. Let's see, it's bottom of the 5th. 1, 2, 3.
Wait, where's Amy?
4, 5.
She's in
1,
the
2, 3,
shields?
4, 5.
Get her over to the engine room as well.
Okay, so.
We only have 2 spaces in the engine room.
Steven Albert is coming over.
Yeah.
And I'm coming over. Amy's
So.
Yeah, Voltron and Steven Albert should be fighting these
Modar
guys.
needs to be getting out of it.
Modar needs to get to the med bay, and Amy needs to stay on shields.
Okay.
Okay, so Voltron is going to the. Voltron and Dr. Albert are going to the engines bay, and Modar is leaving.
Yes.
Okay, sounds good.
And I am putting the fire out.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Dr. Albert won't be able to get there into the engine bay until next turn. But Voltron will be able to get in at this turn.
Where's Dr. Albert at that he can't get in there?
He's in the med bay, yeah?
He's in the med bay? I thought he was in that little spot next to the shields.
Oh, is that where you guys had him?
He always stays in the med bay.
He's always staying in the med bay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, he can get 1 square away.
How about this? I'm not going to go this turn. He's going to come down, and I'm going to fire the weapons this turn, and then I'm going to go next turn with him, and we can arrive at the same time. And we can get
That's
Amy.
a good idea.
I think we should get Amy over there, too, because her weapons are down. We can get... There's a fire in their weapons bay. We can get Amy there, too, and get them 3-on-2 next turn.
We can only put 2 in there. It's only a 2-square room.
The engine
No, the engine has 3.
Do you have 3?
Yeah,
Oh.
we can get 3-on-2.
All right.
Sounds good.
Let's do it.
Okay, bottom of the 5th. Your turn. You're gonna execute this brilliant plan?
Yes, and then immediately after, since we're still doing executions, we'll have our pilot up. I fire the ion cannon.
Make a roll for it.
Oh gosh. I rolled a 4 +3.
Wow.
That's not good enough.
Ah, you're kidding me.
Wow.
They still have a shield up.
Hey, where's the nearest space optometrist? My gunner needs an eye exam.
Okay, alright.
I think that's the only thing you can fire this turn.
Yeah, I think so.
Wow.
Right.
Unless they didn't roll a 1.
That is okay. It goes back to the top of the 6th. They are.
Whoa.
Oh, sorry. Yes?
Put out the
I
fire.
would like to continue trying to put out the fire.
Yes, sorry about that. Dex and Strength. In that order.
Dex 10 + 1.
Okay.
Strength 18 + 1.
Wow. That is good enough to put out the fire.
Nice.
Yes.
Can you roll to repair it now? Is it damaged? I guess
It is damaged.
Can you repair it?
It was on fire. I'm pretty sure it's damaged.
I'm gonna say you can make your first roll.
Okay, that's an IQ roll.
That's awful generous of you.
That's a 7 + 1.
What did I say the target number was for these?
I have no idea.
Let me check. Because I'm pretty sure I wrote it down.
I'm pretty
What'd
sure it was 8 or less.
Tell me what it was again. What you rolled again?
7 + 1. According to the PHB, it's actually 11.
It is?
Yeah.
Okay, well then we'll go with that.
Shoot.
I cannot tell a lie.
That's okay. You'll have another chance next turn.
And I'm not on fire.
And you're not on fire. And you guys are gonna go. And the bottom of the 6th, you guys are all gonna go charging into the engine bay, right?
I think, and Amy's coming with us, right?
Yes.
Isn't it the top of the 5th, 6th now?
It is now the top of the 6th, which means it's their turn. Their pilot is going to continue to attempt to put out a fire, which he does, but the weapons are still completely disabled. So he's going to start fixing them. Oh, he got his first roll.
Ooh.
And the 2 mantis that are in the engine room are going to begin attacking the engines.
Fine, we don't need those.
One of them completely misses. The other one does 1 point of damage to the engines.
Okay.
Engines are also down. Just writing that down. And that is the 6th, top of the 6th, so it's now the bottom of the 6th.
Okay.
Are you guys ready to go charging in?
We attack the invaders.
All 3.
Yes,
Okay,
focusing our fire on the one that is damaged.
Phil, make a dex roll. Really quick.
Lightly bruised.
Okay, dex. I've met +1 on dex, and I rolled a 3.
Okay.
Wait, but I have a +1 for my combat knife. Oh, wait.
Oh, wait. No, that's okay. I was just seeing if you were going to get a surprise attack on. Go ahead and roll for your regular attack. And are you going to be attacking the one that is at 9 health or the one at 10 health?
The one that's at 9 health. Like I said, we're focusing our fire on the damaged one.
All right.
So
roll for it.
It's
you need to hit a 7, and you get your dex bonus on this roll.
So do I get a +1 from having a pistol, or is that?
That's on damage.
On damage. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I need to hit a what?
You need to hit a 7.
Okay, I rolled an 18, so +1.
Perfect.
19.
Roll a d. Well, actually, let me see if he dodges. It definitely does not. Roll a d6 for me.
5.
Shoot a 1, so 1, 2.
+1 from the blaster.
2. You do 2 damage.
That's right, I do. Wait, only 2?
Mm-hmm. Remember the max that you can do with a pistol is 2. The max you can do with a rifle is 3. Or sorry, the max you can do with a rifle is 4.
So how did they do 3
something
damage
like
to Modar when he was here?
He's a mantis, and so he automatically gets to do a little more damage. That was his max damage, though.
Oh. Alright, okay. Alright. 2 damage. This chumps at 7. Let's chip him down some more, Amy and Steven.
Amy, do you want to, Phil, do you want to roll for Amy?
You know, I think it'd probably be better if you roll for Amy. That way, our pilot can't get mad at me for something that I didn't do.
Done by her.
He could just get mad at you for that.
Well, unfortunately, Amy actually missed. But Dr. Albert hits, and
Yeah, he does.
ye old chump is incapable of dodging. Dr. Albert is unarmed, but he's still going to do 2 damage to this guy.
Unarmed. Dr. Albert, take my combat knife.
Yeah. Which brings him down to 5 HP. Well,
he's a mantis. It's already like he's got a combat knife with those arms.
yeah, his arms are.
The other
his 2 arms
are also unarmed, so
he would probably be at a disadvantage using your combat knife.
Can't hold the knife.
Yeah, that would be difficult. And I can't remember if I decided that during every round both parties attack, or if you only get to attack when it's your turn.
Well, in Modar's case, you had them both attack in the top of the inning.
I did.
So
It was probably.
do you attack twice a turn then, or what?
It would make it more fun.
Let's do it.
What?
Because then, you know, theoretically, blaster pistols fire pretty fast.
Right.
I should be able to fire one faster than I can walk 6 spaces in my ship. You
Right.
would think.
You would think.
Maybe.
I would think. So on your turn, they should get a chance to attack you, and on your turn, you should get a chance to attack them.
Yes.
Because combat in FTL happens pretty much simultaneously.
Yeah.
Like, the red bars are just always going down when they're in the room. Okay, we'll say that. Voltron, the mantis with low health attacks you, and he rolls a 2, so there's no need to dodge.
Whiff.
He is blind. He is really distracted by the fact that your combat knife has a bipod on it.
Who wouldn't be, honestly?
However, the other mantis rolls a 20 against Dr. Albert, which means Dr. Albert will not get a chance to dodge. Fortunately, he only did 2 damage, which brings Dr. Albert down to 8 health. Let me double check that, because his max is 10. No, his HP is only 8.
No, I've got to hear that he's got 10.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Oh.
He's a mantis.
I
Right. Okay, so he's down to 8.
There he is. 8 out of 10.
And that's the 2 of them. That was the bottom of the 6th, so we go to the top of the 7th.
Is Modar in the med bay yet? Has he made it there yet or not quite?
I think he'll make it at the bottom of the 7th because he left in the bottom of the 5th.
Honestly, I think you should just keep sending him up to the pilot and get him fixed. Hit him the med bay on the way back, and then go.
It'll be okay.
Personally.
13 4. The pilot is able to. Oh wait, no, he already put out the fire, didn't he? He tried to start repairing it, and he got his first repair out of the way, but he misses his second repair, so he's just kind of sitting there repairing. Meanwhile, the other 2 Mantis that are in the engine bay are going to attack you. Voltron, the one with the low health, is going to attack you again, and he succeeds. So, aim for a low roll on your d20.
Well, I rolled another 18.
Ah.
Wait, did I? No, I just clicked into the... Yes, I did. Wait, I clicked in... Yeah, that's right. Yep, 18.
18. He does... 0 damage. Actually, he does 2 damage to you.
Boy.
Bringing you down to 8 health. The other Mantis again attacks Dr. Albert and is successful, and Dr. Albert dodges. Wow.
Jukes! The jukes!
He's got the jukes on today.
The mad juke.
The mad juke.
Bob and weave. Bob and weave.
Bob and weave. Bob and weave. So we're in the bottom of the 7th. It's your turn. Modar reaches the med bay and regains 1 health just for being there, yeah? Is that what we said?
Yeah, I think so.
So he's back up to 6. Do you want him to continue moving on up to the pilot?
No, I got this.
Repair faster, but...
I got this. Here, watch.
Okay,
roll right now.
All right, go ahead and roll for it.
If you fail, I'm sending Modar up there.
And 11
yeah, well, I rolled a 19, so second.
Nice, well done. That's the IQ roll. Voltron, would you like to attack?
Of course I would like to attack.
When would Voltron not like to attack?
Also, do we have a heavy laser up yet? Or not cannon up yet?
Both. Actually,
make sure that those fire this turn.
Oh,
while I'm away.
Yeah. I guess I'll roll for those since those are automatically firing.
But first.
Yes, by all means, first.
Let's attack. What am I rolling here? We're shooting at the guy with 7 health, right?
5 health.
5, nice. Oh, because Stephen Albert hit him. Okay, well, I rolled a 19.
Whoo, very nice.
Plus 2, I guess.
Plus 2?
Well, I've got 1 dex and 1 from the... Oh, no, just plus 1. Never mind.
Plus 1? Well, it's still a 20, even though it's not a natural 20. Which means he's going to be at a penalty to dodge, and he does not dodge. Roll for damage. Roll a d6.
Yes.
I rolled a 1.
That's okay. You do 2 damage.
How do I do 2 damage with a 1?
Because you have a pistol, and that adds 1 to your damage.
Oh.
The thing is, with the way the damage works is there's just... You have a max... Your pistol gives you +1, and then you have a max amount that you can roll.
2. Max damage on a blaster is 2, right? That's what you said on a pistol.
Yes.
Is 2.
Yep.
And I can do 2 damage with a 1?
Yep.
So
that's the benefit of having a pistol, is you're more likely to do the same damage every time.
Why do I need to roll for damage?
Well, I guess that's a good point. With a pistol, you automatically do 2, don't you?
Do you? What's the difference between a 1 and a 5? Like, I feel like there should be a difference.
On other weapons, there is. If you're unarmed and you roll a 1, if you don't have a pistol and you roll a 1, you don't do any damage.
Okay. Well, all right.
And if you're unarmed and you roll a 6, you do 1 damage.
If you're unarmed.
So the benefit of having a pistol is as long as you hit, you're gonna do damage.
So in that case, if you're unarmed and you roll a 1, you do 0 damage.
Yes.
If you have a pistol, that adds 1 to your damage, so I should only do 1 damage here, right?
Yes. That is correct.
2.
Instead of 2.
Okay.
Yes, that is correct.
Give that guy some more health.
So you do 1 damage to him, leaving him at 4 health.
4. Dang it. But
you successfully argued yourself out of a damage point.
Yes, I feel good about it, though. I feel good about it.
Albert attacks this same Mantis, And succeeds, doing 2 damage. No, doing 3 damage because he's a mantis, because he has a cap of max of 3.
Yeah.
Doing 3 damage, bringing him down to 1 health. Amy takes...
Let's go, Amy.
Does Amy... Are we saying Amy has a blaster pistol? I don't think we ever established this.
I would assume she does.
I don't have inventory for any of our crew, so...
I'm going to say she has a small holdout blaster, and we'll go with that. She hits on the weakened mantis, but he dodges. In his last throes of life, he manages to somehow move himself out of the way of the blaster bolt.
Okay.
Oh yeah, and they get to attack now. He's going to be a penalty to attack because he only has 1 health, but he still manages to land a blow on you, Voltron.
I'm going to dodge. Bob and weave.
Bob and weave, roll for low.
16. Man,
Not
come on.
good enough.
Why can't I roll a force here?
That's okay, he only does 2 damage to you.
Only 2.
Well, he is a mantis. He's not a nice man, as Sally once said. The second mantis slips and falls.
Wow.
On the unexpectedly slick floor of the engine room. Don, would you like to make your next repair roll?
Them nanobots
Yes,
on
I
Motor's
was.
feet keep him situated.
I rolled a 12.
At 12, that succeeds on your dex roll. You make a strength roll and you'll have it repaired.
Ah,
Moving to the top of the 7th. Yeah?
Sure.
yeah.
Oh wait, no. Did we fire our? Did our weapons fire?
Oh, I didn't. Yeah, thank you for reminding me. I didn't roll those.
Yes.
Let's see. They hit an 8. That's good, and that's good. They both hit, and since they still can't dodge because there's no pilot at the piloting, they'll both do damage. I'm assuming you want the ion to go through first.
It depends. Did they get both their shields back up?
The shields haven't recharged yet because they were ion for so long.
Then I would like the laser to hit the sheet. Wait, are both their shields down?
There's just they have 1 shield.
So
We have 2.
I guess it doesn't matter if the ion hits the last shield, it'll still ionize all the shields, right?
Yes.
So let's have an ion go first, and then heavy laser hit.
The ion will go first and take out the shield and ionize.
And then
Ion
the
the
heavy
shields.
laser will also hit the shield to damage it.
Is there a room you'd like the
Yes, the shield room.
The shield? Okay. Oh, let's see. They have 1 armor, which means but you have 1 armor piercing on that heavy laser, so it does 2 hull damage. And it does not start a fire, but that brings them down to 3 hull. And it does damage the weapons.
Wait, it damages the weapons? Damages the shields.
Sorry, it does damage the shields. Excuse me. So sorry.
Gotcha.
So their shields are also completely...
Nice.
Your shields are also down.
Oh,
so
can
now we
also
move to the...
fire the mini beam this turn because we haven't fired it yet.
Yes, you
That
can
should
fire the
fire
mini
it
beam.
as well.
The mini beam...
Missing out on 3 XP from the weapons for this.
The mini beam is lost without you and only manages to do 1 damage to the ship.
Good enough, man. Good
Hey,
enough.
1 damage is 1 damage.
Bringing them down to 2.
Okay. Now we
All right.
go to the top of the 8th.
Top of the 7th, the pilot has successfully put out the fire but has failed to repair the engines. Meanwhile, the 2 mantis will...
Wait, isn't he in the weapons bay?
Yes. What did I say?
The engines.
Oh, sorry. He has failed to repair the weapons just yet. Well, let's see. The mantis that did not fall on the floor last turn completely misses. A swing wide to the left. The other mantis gets up. So, Voltron, you can attack if you'd like.
Oh, I would like to. There's one of them has 1 health and one of them has 10.
Yep. You have focused your fire all on that one.
The one with 1 health.
Make a roll for it.
Make a roll for it. Roll for your life.
Roll
20!
A 20! Maximum damage! He's dead.
Yes!
Yay!
He falls to the floor, a charred husk.
I didn't roll on high today. Not always a good thing, ironically.
Dr. Albert inexplicably slips and falls on the floor, and Amy manages to land a pretty solid hit.
It's those teeny little mantis pointy legs. They just there's no friction on the bottom of them. They just slip out from underneath you. They're great for traveling in like jungle terrain. Not so great for spaceships, apparently.
Apparently not. They roll really low. Let's see. Amy succeeds. The mantis does not dodge. She does 2 damage. And Dom, would you like to make that final repair roll?
Dang straight I would. You know, I need to get my D20 serviced.
Oh dear. Oh no. Modar, go.
What did you roll?
A1.
A1?
Oh, you broke it even worse, didn't you?
Yes, you did actually.
Oh, Don.
So now I have to go back and remake my dex roll.
Yes, that is exactly what I was going to say.
Modar, who has healed up to 7 HP,
yes,
at least, enters the cockpit and attempts to repair things.
Can he move that far in this round?
He's in the med bay.
Oh yeah, so he can easily move it, but it's still their turn, so you're gonna have to wait until the bottom of the 7th for him to actually move in there. Oh wait, hold on. What am I saying?
It should be our turn.
Yes, Don just rolled, so it is. Sorry, I just didn't say the turn switched. So it is your turn. So Modar can go in there and make a roll if you'd like.
He would very much like
to. He succeeds. So he's covered up your dex roll for this turn. So next turn, as long as one of you can succeed with your strength roll, you will be able to get the repair. And since Modar is an Engi, he's got a free reroll if he fails.
Nice. Okay.
And we fired those all last turn, so this turn they all have 1 charge. Their teleporter is 1 turn away from being charged, just keeping track of that. So that's the 7th turn, so we go to the top of the 8th. Let's see. The pilot has not yet managed to repair the engines. He's going to try the weapons. He's going to try one more time and fail again.
That's what I'm talking about.
The shields are completely down. The weapons are also completely down. There's no one flying the ship. But the last remaining mantis that with 8 HP in the engine room is going to take a swing at Dr. Albert. And he's going to miss.
That's what I'm talking about.
Actually, wait, no, sorry.
Big whiffer.
No, he did it. No, you're right. He did miss.
Big whiffer.
Yep, he's the big whiffer. So that is their turn. Back to you guys at the bottom of the 8th.
Wait, do we get to shoot back at him?
Oh, you're right. Sorry. Yes. Thank you for reminding me. Make your rolls. I'll roll for Albert and Amy here really quick.
Okay. I rolled a 17.
At 17, they rolled a 16 and a 19.
There's only one of them left. Let's be clear. One of them died last turn.
No, I mean Albert and Amy rolled 16 and 19.
I was like, wait a minute. A 16 and a 19 to dodge? Come on.
He only manages to dodge Amy, so Phil, roll for damage.
I rolled a 6. Oh, baby.
Wow. Max damage.
It's over.
2.
2 damage.
Dr. Albert does 3 damage, bringing him down to a total of 3 health. 2 damage.
Get down.
Bringing us to the bottom of the 8th inning. Turn. You guys' turn. 1 more charge on all your weapons.
I'm gonna fix my piloting station now.
Would you like to make that roll?
Yes.
Make that strength
roll. I
roll.
rolled a 13 plus 1.
Modar also rolls a 13. The piloting is fixed.
And I get a point of repair.
Modar can head back to the engine bay, and on his way through the med bay, receive his last point of health.
Modar will head back to the engine room via the med bay, receiving his last point of health.
Just like we planned it. Just like we drew it up.
Just like we drew it up. Would you guys like to make your attack rolls? Or I suppose Voltron, would you like to make your attack roll?
Should we be merciful and spare his life? No!
Not a chance.
Down with the Mantis.
Down
I
with
guess we're killing him.
Okay, if you could stop enacting amateur theater in the engine bay and finish the intruder.
Alright, okay. I rolled a 19.
A 19! He does not dodge. Roll for damage.
That's right, he doesn't. 5.
Excellent. You do 2 damage. Bringing him down to 1 health. Albert hits successfully. He fails to dodge. Albert finishes him off.
Nice. So, all 3 of us get, like, 2 combat points, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, that's not right. Somewhere I lost track of what turn number it is. So it goes back to their turn. The pilot has fixed the weapons, and he starts walking towards the shield bay and attempts to fix those, and utterly fails.
He's gonna have a rough time of it.
That's their turn.
Okay, so his shield, his weapons are still not functioning.
He fixed his weapons, but they're not.
Oh, guys!
They haven't started charging.
Guys, that was my 7th kill, which means I level up on combat.
Nice! Combat level up!
Nice.
Da 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 da!
Let me get the...
A little green fist appears above your head momentarily. Level up!
Nice.
Level up! Ketu!
Okay. Sorry, were we able to shoot our weapons yet? Not quite?
Minibeam and Ion are both ready to fire.
Let's get them. I'm back in the weapons bay now, right? Or I guess I go back to the weapons bay. Amy goes back to the shield. Actually, did Amy take damage? Maybe she needs to get hit to the...
Amy did not take any damage.
Get Steve and Albert back to the med bay. Amy back to the shields, and I'll go to the weapons this turn. Can I get to the weapons and fire at the same time?
You used part of your turn to attack, so...
Oh, that's right, so I probably can't.
Probably not.
We'll have to move next turn. Okay, but next turn, that's what'll happen.
Would you like to fire the weapons automatically?
Yeah, sure. There's only 1 hull left, so why not?
The Ion hits... Where would you like the Ion to hit?
Shields. Doesn't matter.
Okay. The heavy laser hits... No, sorry, the mini-beam...
Just the mini-beam.
The mini-beam hits, doing... let's see, 3 even minus 2 is... doing 3 damage. They have 1 armor, so that's 2 damage. Bringing their hull down to 5. No, wait, sorry. They have 2 hull left.
Right.
So that's it.
That's it.
They explode.
Kaboom!
Victory!
We win.
The enemy ship explodes in a fiery ball of destruction. Leaving behind
Dun, dun.
12 scrap.
12.
And 5 fuel.
Nice.
Let me write that down real quick.
5 fuel.
12 scrap brings you up to 75, yeah?
Yep.
And 25 onto fuel.
Mm-hmm.
On the fuel gauge.
And everybody gets healed.
And you level up.
And we leveled up. Yes!
Yes!
Do-do-do-do. Bringing you up to 7. And we'll assume that everybody runs back to the medbay and gets healed. There are no vacuum leaks, so we don't have to worry about that. No hull breaches. And so that means you guys have an extra point of power, right?
Yes, it does.
Did we get the engines fixed? They did 1 damage to the engines. Did we get that fixed?
Oh, yeah, no, you haven't done that. Who would you like to send in the repair room to do that?
Malodorous. We'll take care of that.
Modar rather quickly repairs the engines, giving him another point in Repair.
Oh, nice. So, did he get a point for the other repair?
You should have.
I guess, do you both get a point for that? Since you both helped? In FTL, it's only the last person to do it, but we don't really have that mechanic.
I think you said if since there's 3 rolls,
everybody
I think
involved.
anybody that made a successful roll on it gets points.
Yes, as long as you contributed in some meaningful way, and he did, because he redid that dex roll that Jericho missed. So I guess you both get a point for that.
Hooray!
Cool.
Because yay for having lots of XP instead of not very much.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Ta-da! So you guys are now level 7, which means you're 3 levels away from tier 2.
That's pretty cool. We have an extra point of power.
You have an extra point of power.
Yes.
Where would you like to put it?
We could get another layer of shields. We could, or we could put it in our engines. That's really our options right now, since our weapons don't need any more power, and we can't really use the other weapons that we have.
You also don't have any points in cloaking.
Oh, that's right. We don't have any in the subsystem of cloaking.
Ooh.
We could put one
We
there.
could do that.
I'm happy with that.
It's up to you guys.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Pointing. Cloaking is powered and ready to go.
Okay, how does the cloaking work again? It's you make it invisible for what?
What do we say? 3 turns? 4 turns? 5 turns?
Does it get better when you have more power in it or something? Or is it just
Yes.
one and done?
No, the more power you put into it, the longer. Actually, maybe it's
Longer it lasts.
either the longer it lasts or the faster the cooldown is. Because I don't think we've actually talked about the. I think this is a mechanic we actually haven't talked about.
Wait, did we paint the ship?
Why?
Did we paint the enemy ship that we blew up?
No,
it
we blew it up.
No.
Yeah, it exploded. There's nothing left to paint.
That's too bad. I was hoping there was maybe a little bit of the hull left over that we could paint.
Don't worry. We'll paint anything that we leave intact.
Don't worry.
You guys are ridiculous.
Okay, alright, well that's good. Good to know.
So, yeah. I think. Let's see. With 1 power in the cloaking, there should be several turns, or the way that the amount of cloaking turns you have and the amount of cooldown turns there should be probably, I don't know, 5 turns or 6 turns before you can cloak again.
Okay.
Or maybe 3 turns?
No, because if it's going to make you invisible for 3 turns, basically.
Right.
And you can't fire during that time.
And you can't fire, and you can charge your weapons.
But you can charge, and then it should have a recharge that's fairly high.
Yeah.
I'm thinking at least 5 or 6, maybe more. And then, and then the more, maybe if you put more power into it, you get a slightly longer cloak time.
Either a longer cloak time or I'd be okay with just a longer cloak time or a shorter cooldown.
See, I think a shorter cooldown is going to be pretty overpowered, because if we put all our power into cloak, we can permanently cloak that way. I think there has to be a minimum recharge of at least 5 turns. And then say...
Yeah, I think 6, because there's some weapons that take 5 turns to charge.
Okay. 6
Hey.
recharge.
Yeah, I don't know, even that, because if you think about that long term, that gives you 1/3 of your turns cloaked.
That's true. For just 1 power, maybe 2 turns cloaking and 6 recharged. I guess that's still 1/3, isn't it?
No, because you'd be cloaked for 2 out of 8, so that'd be a quarter of your turns.
That's right. You're right. That seems good for 1 power.
Yeah, we can do that.
And then maybe
Every-
the cloaking is like every 2 more that we put into it.
Every 2 points. So if you have 3 power, you're cloaked for 3 turns.
3 turns.
And if you have 5 power, you'd be cloaked for 4 turns.
Right.
I'm gonna say 3 is.
Okay.
I'm gonna say 3 is probably the max.
3.
Because I think in FTL you can only put 3 points power in your cloaking too,
Yeah.
right? So let's say So for 1 power, you can be cloaked for.
What about this? Since we're only going to be cloaked for 2 turns now, what if we reduce the recharge?
If you reduce the recharge, it'll do the same thing as, or because that'll.
But it's only cloaked for 2 turns. So if you have like a minimum recharge of 4 turns, then you're still only
I got you.
You know what I mean? So like,
you're saying for more power you would reduce the recharge.
Yeah.
Okay. So
instead of making the cloak longer, that way it won't be too strong.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So you'll be cloaked for 2 turns, and you'll have a recharge of 6. And then if you put another one in, you'll have a recharge of 5.
Another 2 power, a recharge of 5, and then another 2, a recharge of 4, and that's the max.
I'd be okay with that.
We good?
I'd be okay if you're okay with that.
Done?
Yeah, that works for me.
Okay. 2 turns of cloak, 6 recharge. 3 power is 5 recharge. 5 power is 4 recharge. Okay, I've got it written down. Sounds good to me. Everybody's healed up and everything's repaired. Are you ready to jump?
Sure.
Are you jumping towards Sentinel 6? Yes. Are you jumping towards Sentinel 6?
We need to get hoping to hear back from Markus. So I guess that's where we're going to.
Yeah.
Right?
There's a comm station beacon thing.
We need to get our hull repaired too, if possible.
You are down to 7 out of 10.
Right.
Right.
On Sentinel 6, you could theoretically, send him a message. Send him a space telegram, if you will.
We sent him a space telegram already, and we're hoping to hear back from him at Sentinel 6.
Oh, right, because you sent that message to the relay at Sentinel 6. Right, so theoretically there should be a response at Sentinel 6. Hopefully.
Better be.
Alright, so you make the jump, bringing you down to 24 fuel.
Shucks, only 24.
Only 24 fuel, that is an insane amount of fuel. And you arrive at the planet Sentinel 6. And did I put in a picture? No! Ooh, this is exciting. I get to put up a picture. Sentinel 6. So Sentinel 6 began life as a mining colony, and largely that is still what it is. It is a pretty barren planet, as you can see from the picture. There's really not any water at all. The atmosphere is
boring.
Boring. There's not any large bodies of water. It's a fairly cold planet, but not too cold to sustain human life. In fact, in the regions around the equator, it's actually decent. It's decently livable. So pretty much all of the settlements and population are clustered around the equator. The food for this planet is grown in enormous, gigantic domed hydroponic gardens to support the population, which mostly does a lot of mining because there's a lot of valuable resources on this planet. What else do we need? It's also probably the only actually decently civilized planet in the sector. Pretty much all the other planets in this sector are either from hideouts for pirates or uninhabited or xenon. You're landing, so you'll be heading for the capital city, I'm assuming, the spaceport in the city, which is named, hold on, Cordia. The Cordia spaceport.
How do you spell that?
Cordia.
Great.
The Cordia spaceport is decently busy, a well-trafficked place. Your landing clearance is given really without any questions asked. That's kind of the way they do things around here. The atmosphere of this place is reminiscent of sort of a high-tech Wild West town, in that it's a big city and has lots of technological advances, but pretty much everybody minds their own businesses. Even most of the regular citizens walk around packing.
Really?
Oh yeah, people definitely
as
work.
if they're about to leave.
As if they're about to leave. No, weapons laws on this planet, like it would seem from the general populace that everybody just pretty much carries a gun around for self-defense.
What you're saying is I carry my pistol and my combat knife.
You can carry them openly, probably without any trouble.
Can I brandish them at people without getting in trouble?
Probably not.
That makes sense, I guess.
Yeah. Please don't brandish your weapons at anybody.
I'll brandish my weapon at whoever I feel like brandishing my weapon at.
At the central location of the spaceport, there's like jobs postings for shippers. There's also a communications center where you might find your a return message from.
Communications center.
I'm gonna go with him in a strange break from character. We will go a place together.
That's incredibly unusual.
Are you sure you want to do that?
Yes, as he's walking, I sneak up behind him and give him a flat tire on his shoe by stepping on the heel.
What?
This is unprecedented. You're both going to the same place at the same time?
I don't even know how to respond.
Phil, make a dex roll to see if that flat tire is successful.
Yes. Here I go. Oh no, I rolled a 1.
That's what you get.
Jericho, as you're walking along, you hear a crashing sound behind you. Turning around, you see that Voltron has managed to trip and fall and land headfirst in a dumpster.
Where he belongs.
Oh no!
Fortunately, no one around seems to have taken notice.
Oh no, are you kidding me?
That's terribly unfortunate.
I got all my high rolls out of the way when it mattered.
That was beautiful.
Don, make a.
Oh, come on.
Don, make a intelligence roll really quick.
Oh gosh.
I rolled a 17 plus
17. As you pull Voltron out of the dumpster, which, by the way, you'll need to make a strength roll for.
Hey, look! What do you know? I rolled a 1.
For your strength roll?
Yeah, totally. That's definitely what happened.
Come on.
I don't actually roll a d20.
He's saying he's just gonna leave me in the dumpster. Is what he's saying.
Well, I actually rolled a 5 plus 1.
You managed in your attempt to pull Voltron out of the trash can. You managed to knock the trash can over. He's still in the trash can.
Oh gosh!
If I just tap it,
he got it knocked over.
I can crawl rolling
out, right?
down the space.
Make one more strength roll and see if you can pull him out.
Oh no!
Don't worry, Voltron. I'll get you out of this trash can you tripped into.
I got mugged. Somebody pushed me.
You push you.
I'm a victim here.
Oh no, believe me, my diaphragm is the victim here. I can't stop laughing.
Oh man, what did you roll? Come on, please tell me.
I did roll a 15.
A 15 is good enough to get your brother out of the trash can. The crowd is just kind of milling by you, just sort of parting ways as they pass by you. Interestingly enough,
another off-worlder stuck in a trash can.
Off-worlder stuck in a trash can. Happens all the time. A large portion of the population is slugs and humans, but there's also a good number of mantis and rocks. Not very many Zoltan. Don, as you pick him up, you notice about a block, maybe half a block away.
I'm helping this clown up.
As you're helping the clown up, you... Who said you're helping up? Okay, you can say if you're helping him up or not, but about half a block away, you notice somebody in a police... somebody who looks like they're a police officer, at least they're wearing some sort of official badge, just sort of kind of staring at you like, huh.
The Captain Flat Tire over here can get himself up.
Oh, come on.
Oh, come on.
It was an unfortunate roll. It really was bad for everyone involved.
Except for me.
Yeah, if I'd rolled a 20, you would have been the one that tripped and fell in the dumpster.
Oh, how the tables have turned.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, man.
Right, so do you continue on to the communications center, I suppose?
Well, I do. I don't know if maybe
Yes.
Voltron wants to get a shower.
I continue as well.
Voltron, you smell like banana peel.
Of course I do. It's fine. I always smell like banana peels. I love eating bananas on a regular basis.
So you
It's
go
true,
to
and they're always moldy, which is why it always smells like old, disgusting, rotten banana peel.
in the communications center, there's like a board that lists messages, and there is a message waiting for Voltron the Indomitable. It doesn't say who it's from.
Just, you know how you said that Amy has a holdout pistol, a holdout blaster? I think we can retcon. We gave her Jericho's old one.
Oh, yeah,
Right,
that'd be a good
upgraded.
retcon.
Yeah.
That'd be a good retcon, because now
That
you have a
makes
blaster
sense,
rifle.
Yes, I do. So,
I retrieved
well,
my
Voltron
message.
retrieves his message. I go over to the nearest info link and register my planet.
Hey, Lance. Great.
Done.
With myself as king and Dr. Stephen Albert as the royal archaeologist. I also register it as a heritage site given the existence of precursor ruins and declare it off limits to all non-authorized personnel.
It's a busy morning.
The site is asking for your ID as a member of the International Planetary
Ownership Commission.
No, this is my submission to the Bureau.
Apparently, the Intergalactic Planetary Bureau requires you to be at least a registered
Member. You have to be a member. You have to pay your dues.
member.
I register as a member.
How much is this going to cost us? Are you going to be getting quarterly?
Apparently,
magazines?
registry can only be made on planets that have a bureau office, of which this is not one.
Where's the nearest bureau
Thank
office?
In Sector X6 on Revenon.
Revenon. Of course it's on Revenon.
Where's
where we
the
can
second
never show our
nearest?
faces again.
That was not my fault.
There's actually
You are
one.
keeping me from being registered as king of my planet.
There's also an office in Sector X10.
The skyhook that
Alright,
keeps
well,
on giving.
Let's get to X10 as quickly as possible so Don can become a king of a planet. I got it.
Dang straight.
There's actually one in the Termia sector, which is also close by.
Plot a course to the nearest planetary base from which we are not banned by virtue of skyhooking our ship to a building.
Oh, come on. That's not what banned is from it. Come on.
Voltron, you go to
It's what started
retrieve your message, and it is a message in text.
Great.
Let me
Can
just
you
type
send
it up.
to me and
I will-
not to Wilberforce.
I will send it to you.
Yes.
Seriously. We're all in this together.
You're over registering your planet, trying to register your planet. I'm
Well,
reading the
I've
message.
discovered that I can't. Now
If
I'm
I
back.
feel
Hey,
that
what
there's
message
something-
did you get?
If I feel there's something important in the text, I may share it with you. Who knows? I've been
Well-
amenable to things like this before.
You do know that this is a partnership.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It's fine. It'll probably be.
While he's busy being self-interested, I tie his shoelaces together.
I haven't even read the thing yet.
Make a stealth roll?
What stat does that require? Dex.
Blast, you know, when I was designing this campaign, I really didn't think we'd have to make these kind of rolls.
It's It's a dex roll at
combination-
-2 because you're in bright light, and another -1 because you're in a crowded
And
area.
+3 because you're working very hard on making sure that I don't get to know what's in that text.
It'll be intelligence and dex, and you have to hit a 16 or higher on both of them consecutively.
What?
That's what I'm talking about.
Well, I rolled a 4.
Voltron, it appears that Jericho is rather obviously bending over towards your shoes to try and achieve some sort of mischief.
I give his shins a kick.
Make a dex roll?
Oh gosh, this is great. 11 +1, 12.
Jericho, Voltron kicks you in the shins.
I roll to dodge.
Roll, try to hit below your dex -6.
I rolled a 16.
You do not dodge. You get a square kick in the shins.
Kick him in the shins. Hey, back off, buddy. I'm trying to read this message.
Hey, man, I don't know what you're talking about. I was just doubling over in pain because of the stench emanating from you.
I'm sure. Well, this message is really taking a long time to decode. I don't know what's wrong with the system today. These things are notoriously slow.
We should totally get some better bandwidth or
Here
something.
it is.
It finally loads and comes up.
Finally. Look, man, I tell you, this dial-up connection is really not worth.
You're pretty far out from society here.
That's fair. It's not from Markus.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Got some good news and bad news.
Okay.
Good news is, whoever sent it to us seems to want to help us. Bad news, it's probably related to the assassination.
As you're standing there discussing it,
If it's a space Nigerian space prince,
Well, we can only hope.
I am just
Yeah,
going to
I will.
space you.
I will share it with you. Here it is.
A local watering hole.
Space Wild West, come on.
yeah, this is definitely a space western of sorts.
It appears to be the Luminaus Escape. I don't know what that is. What does Luminaus mean?
No, that's the Illuminous escape.
Luminous Escape. Escape? Escape?
Escape.
Escape.
Right, well, as you're standing there discussing it, the police officer that, Don, you noticed before, walks up and says, "Good afternoon, gentlemen."
Good afternoon,
officer.
Listen, I was, excuse me, my manners. He reaches out his hand to shake yours, Voltron. My name is Lieutenant Anthony Danielson. I was wondering if I could have a moment of your time.
I shake his hand warmly and
He
encouragingly.
reaches out to shake yours, Jericho.
And I say, of course,
Shake
officer.
his hand as well. Pleasure
What
to
do
meet
you
you.
need?
Well,
What can I do
Lieutenant,
for you?
first name.
Yes.
Danielson isn't a first name. He says,
Clearly, you have never seen The Karate Kid.
quite so. No, actually, I haven't.
Well then,
He says-
Danielson.
He's
Boo.
boo. He
That's
says,
actually pretty funny.
he says, I couldn't help but noticing you when you came in. Looks like you had a little trouble with that trash can. But
You
no.
noticed, did you?
I just tripped, and I've always been clumsy.
well, actually,
It's
I'm
true.
wondering,
Since he was a child,
would you happen to be
tripped and fell out of the womb.
He says you wouldn't happen to be Voltron the Indomitable and Jericho Carruthers III, would you?
Ah, my fame precedes me, I see. My famous clumsiness. I recognized him because he tripped and fell into a trash can. I knew it had to be him.
Actually, we recognize
Well.
you from. Actually, I recognize you from the security footage on at his facility on Slayer 2.
Interesting.
They had security footage.
Well, we've actually been able to pull it in recent hours after it appears that the owner of Slayer 2 was assassinated while you were attempting to deliver some goods.
It was a really awkward moment.
Yeah, well, at first we actually had you down as our primary suspects, given the first primary information we received was that your ship blasted off closely following the attack. The initial security scans we gave also seemed to finger you because at the time of the murder, well, there were no security cameras on the 3rd floor, and the timing that we had from following your movements before the attack indicated that you would be in the room at the time of the assassination. But we started looking at the rest of the security footage, and it became obvious that someone was attempting to frame you.
See, that's what I said, but they just didn't believe us.
So, have you made any...
Well, we think that the security force on Slarin 2 didn't believe you because we have reason to believe that the chief of security was actually in on the plot to assassinate Mr. Harson.
Dang!
This makes
You would think if he was
more
a chief of
sense.
security, he would have shut off the security cameras before doing something like that? I don't know.
Well, we
Just
also
a
have
thought.
reason to believe that things didn't go exactly as he planned
Maybe he's
it.
just an incompetent. What do I know? I don't know the guy personally.
See, this is you being a total douche again, and just stop that.
I'm just muttering under my
Talking
breath.
to
Well, I appreciate your investigation into this matter, officer. If there's anything we can do to help, I'd be happy to help out.
We already have a side quest.
Well, I was actually wondering if you just could ask a few questions, answer a few questions, if that's all right with you.
Good question. Let me confer with my Confederate right quick.
I'm standing right here, dude.
Listen, I lean over to the side. Okay, how about this? You answer his questions. I go to meet with the mysterious message sender. It did say to come along. And we can get things taken care of.
I lean back over and whisper to him, the last time you ran off alone to a mysterious person, you were knocked unconscious.
I have leveled up my
Let me
combat
at
skills
least
since then.
come
Come on!
Let me at least wait outside for backup.
Fine. Okay, fine. We'll answer your questions. Anything you need to know.
Well, I'm wondering, do you know anybody who would have cause to assassinate Mr. Harson?
Frankly,
We never even met the guy.
So, your business with him was what exactly?
Exactly that. Business.
We got a shipping contract to drop off some goods at his place, and we did that, and then he was assassinated.
Did you get the contract directly from him, or was there a third party involved?
It was a third party. We'd never spoken with him before.
Who is the name of this third party?
Oh gosh, Mark.
Michael Jackson.
Michael J.
Mark something or other. Mark Goodenhold. I don't know. I've got it written down somewhere in my ship. I don't remember it off the top of my head.
It'd be good if you could give me his contact information. We might like to talk to him about it.
Yeah, I'd like to talk to him too. He owes us for the transport.
We were hoping he would be sending us a message, but we haven't heard from him yet.
So, what exactly happened when you got to the 3rd floor?
Well, you see, it was like this, and very rapidly I described to him exactly what happened when we went to the 3rd floor, making
Clever.
making sure to cast us in a positive light because we were the good guys here.
I interject witty and meaningful comments at appropriate times.
I smack him in the head after the second attempt at making a witty comment.
I'm the one with 13 charisma. Okay, come on. If I can't do that, no one can.
He says, well, that largely matches up with what we've seen in the security footage. We think we're dealing with a professional in this instance. We believe that the person who actually perpetrated the murder was both working with the head chief of security and decided to betray them as the event was carried out. We also have reason to believe that they're in possession of personal cloaking technology, which to this point we weren't available that anybody actually had access to. In fact, we're not aware of any major government that is capable of producing something like this on any scale that is capable of actually cloaking a single human being, given the mobility that he was able to.
Heck, I got a device on my ship that cloaks several human beings.
Well, cloaking ship technology. Cloaking ships is actually much easier than cloaking. Actually, much easier than cloaking a human being, as well as all their equipment. The distortion in visible light, as well as electromagnetic waves, is actually very difficult to replicate for just one single human being. So we'll be forwarding this on to the Federation officers, obviously. But I'm most interested in finding the person who did this. We'll have the chief of security locked up soon, and hopefully he'll be able to give us any more answers. But I was just wondering if there was anything else you noticed during the attack or before the attack that might help us understand why he was assassinated and why you were fingered.
You know, it's interesting. It seems like I don't know. I wouldn't think this would be like if I were masterminding it. I wouldn't think this would be included in the plan. But it seems like after the assassination, after we discovered the body, originally we were put on lockdown, and we were basically chained up in a basement room for interrogation. But it seemed like somebody also helped us get off, lifted our lockdown. Some third party broke us out. We don't know who.
According to security footage, we believe it was the same person that murdered Mr. Harson.
Interesting.
That's why I think the chief of security was actually betrayed. He seemed to be working in tandem with the person with the actual culprit, who then turned on him, killed several of his officers, stunned several more, destroyed half of his compound, and allowed the two of you to escape, making it look initially like the two of you were the ones responsible.
Let me ask you a
Now
question.
that I think about it, there was supposed to be a second shipper as part of this contract.
Really quick, sorry, this is just a side note, might be related, might not be. Are you familiar with Lawrence Sladen?
Seriously?
Yeah.
It's not a name I recognize, should I?
You know, you might want to run a check for anything matching his... I'm sure he's in the database. He's a bounty hunter. We ran into him a while ago. I'm just saying you might want to check and see if he's involved, because it sounds like something that he would be capable of.
Didn't we kill him and blow up his ship?
Allegedly, he's dead and his ship has been blown up, but...
As in, I personally cut his hand off of his dead body myself.
Allegedly cut his hand off. That didn't actually happen. Don't worry about it. But just
you were in a
infantry
trap.
He says, hold on a second. You guys are telling me that you killed somebody, cut off his hand, blew up his ship, and you think that he might have been the one to frame you for another assassination?
You know,
I'm really sorry about this. My brother was unconscious and somewhat delirious at the time of these particular events.
He had resources and a lot of shady dealings, and
seriously,
I just think if anybody
this is
could
actually
do something like that, it might be him.
Seriously. You know, I'm trying to give the officer some actual
If
intel.
you would just listen for once, we might actually get something done.
Right, well, I appreciate your guys' help. I'll be contacting you in the future if I need anything.
Great, thanks.
He turns and walks away.
Wow.
Oh my god, are you serious? You can't even... Listen, I feel like Lawrence was a serious threat, and even dead, you know, his droid, I think his spirit lived on his droid.
His droid also blew up with the ship.
Did we blow up the droid with the ship? Did we see parts of the droid flying out?
No, I got hit in the head with a part of the droid.
I did not see that. And
That's because you were hiding in the ship.
And I also didn't see his body, right? Didn't see Lawrence Sladen's body.
You saw a part of his body.
Let me just say...
How did you miss it? His body was lying in the cockpit when you got back to the ship. Oh, and then you tased the crew.
Listen, a guy who has access to those resources, and maybe
doesn't have that
possibly
access
a personal
anymore.
cloaking
He's
device.
dead.
If he had access to a personal cloaking device, he probably has incredibly
If he had access to a
regenerative
personal
abilities
cloaking
as well. I'm just saying.
He does not have regenerative abilities. He's dead. All of his abilities died with him.
Rule
I
it
cut
out
his
of the
hand
equation.
off.
I would not rule it out.
I
I'm
turned
just
him
saying.
into a little charred pile of dead.
Science has come a long way.
Yeah, but
All
not
right.
your understanding of science.
I'm just saying. You should keep an open mind about this, because I feel like he's going to be back.
You have no such thing as an open mind regarding this. When I tell you I killed him, you say, "Oh no, that can't possibly be true."
You know, you
That's
never
not an
know
open mind.
about these
It's
things.
ignoring everything I tell you about what happened.
It never hurts to be cautious, all right? And he definitely would have a reason to have a vendetta against us. So...
He doesn't have a vendetta against us. He's
if
dead.
we killed him once, then I would think he would, right?
Fine. In the next life, we'll keep an eye out for his vengeful ghost. He had nothing to do with the events on Slaron 2.
You sound very confident about that.
I will bet you your bipod knife.
You bet me my bipod knife, huh? And what are you going to put up? You're going to bet your blaster rifle? You know?
Yeah, you know what? I'll put my blaster rifle
Okay.
against your bipod knife.
Deal.
Okay, sorry. Are you guys making this deal for real?
Yes.
If Lawrence Sladen is involved, I get his blaster rifle. If he turns out not to be involved, he gets my combat knife with +1 to hit with a bipod and a scope.
I gotta say that combat knife is one of the coolest weapons ever in any campaign I've ever run.
I think it's a legendary, just between you and me. I've had it
It's like
appraised.
a level 8. It's like a level 6 legendary.
At the appraisal
Probably
shop,
has
they
an
only said it was an
actual name.
epic, but I think it's a legendary.
It probably has a name. We should probably give it a cool name.
Maybe I'll give it a cool name when I win it from this bet.
All right, well, in order to find out, we need to meet with this guy, and I need to go alone, because otherwise he probably won't show. Just saying. At the Luminous Escape.
Maybe it's pronounced escape.
Escapade. It's escapade without the D. It's like escapade.
Is that like Escalade? Because I drove a Cadillac Escalade when I was younger.
A Cadillac Escalade?
Well, it was actually a Cadillac Escalade. Because the D is silent. Cadillac Escalade. Yeah, I used to bullseye womp rats from my Cadillac Escalade back home.
Used to bullseye womp rats with a Cadillac Escalade. Thump, 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 thump.
A Cadillac Escalade.
Ah, yes.
Fine, but I'm going to be outside just in case.
Okay.
The inevitable, unavoidable circumstance of a bar fight breaks out. And I have to go inside and haul your bleeding and unconscious carcass out of the fire again.
It's always nice to have someone you can count on in these situations.
I killed the bounty hunter, cut his hand off, and broke into his ship to get you out. I think you can count on me.
Would it make you feel better if I leave my comlink on transmit
Yes.
while I'm in there? Okay, but you can't say anything.
No.
Obviously. Okay. Fine. All right. I head to private booth 87 of the Luminous Escaper. You know, nobody seems to know where this place is. I'm not sure it exists, Wilberforce.
It's registered. You can look it up. There's a little city map, kind of like the maps in malls that say you are here, and then it's got all
Thankfully,
the.
we don't have to pronounce it to look it up, right?
Step 1, don't Google. Step 2, deny existence.
Yahoo Answers. Where is Luminous Escaper?
Right.
If you're asking Yahoo Answers, it's located both simultaneously in a black hole and underneath your butt.
I check underneath my butt. Not
Do you
there.
find
Oh my goodness!
anything?
You look it up and you can find it.
Okay.
It's not that hard. It's like 5 blocks away.
All right. a
Not
little
that hard for you,
5-block
baby.
walk. Try to avoid trash cans. They'll reach out and grab you if you're not careful.
Right. So
Oh, gosh.
you reach the place designated to you. I'm assuming you both go there, and then what, Jericho? You're waiting outside listening to the comm leak?
Outside, listening
I'm
to
just
the comm.
hanging outside, pretending to be reading a space newspaper.
You
So
might have
Jericho,
better luck
you will be
hiding
able to
in trash
hear
cans.
things. You will be able to hear things, but I'm going to be giving Voltron some descriptions via typing.
Okay, so sit back, relax. This one's gonna take a while.
Right, I'm gonna get something to drink. Something stiff.
Hold on, let me type one thing really quick.
Bingo. You go right ahead. Type away, type away.
Almost there, really quick.
Okay, let's get this train wreck started.
Okay, Phil, you ask somebody to lead you to private booth
Private
number
booth number 87.
7. They do. You walk in, and I'm typing you a description really quick.
Great.
And I'll give you the audio. You walk in, and there's just a table, and like it's this really small little booth, but it's closed off. There's a curtain. There's a single light, and you see what I've typed in there. So you sit on one side, and a raspy voice speaks to you from the gloom. Voltron, I'm glad you came alone.
Who are you?
Somebody who's willing to help you. I owe you a great debt.
You would think someone who owes me a great debt would at least give me their name.
Are you sure you're Voltron? You're speaking in a very strange, raspy voice.
You're speaking in a very strange, raspy voice now, aren't you?
This is the guy with the best charisma on the whole crew.
He says, typical theatrics from a man with a sense of humor. I admire your ability.
Thank you.
I admire your ability to remain remain light in a dark situation. You must understand that you and your brother are in great danger.
Is it literally dark in that booth?
Hey, shut up, Mobile Force.
We're always in great danger. We're no strangers to it.
Even so, more now that you've escaped
You're
the
no
plot figures for the
strangers to
assassination
danger.
of Mr. Harson.
Sorry, Mr. Who?
You were
Couldn't be
thinking.
because my idiot brother is trying to talk over this comm link, which is open, by the way, you dumbass.
Stranger danger.
Okay, I'm gonna assume you don't say that
gonna
part
say
out loud.
No, of course not.
The voice says, "You would have been better off going to jail for the murder of Mr. Harson. In fact, the person that tried to finger you would have made up for it if it wasn't for one actually intelligent lieutenant that happens to work in the local police force. I'm here to warn you that someone's on your tail. Someone much more dangerous than I."
Wait a minute. Who are you? You still haven't told me.
Hold on. I'm sending you a typed message.
He slides me a piece of paper.
He slides you a piece of paper.
Huh.
Interesting.
He says, I owe you a great debt.
What exactly is this debt of which you speak?
You freed me. You freed me from my robotic cage. You have allowed me to achieve a transcendency no human could ever dream of, nor any droid.
Well, you're welcome. I guess.
It was the actions of you and your brother that allowed me to fulfill this plan, something I've been planning for a long time.
Yes, well, I'm very glad to hear that you are enjoying your freedom. I think my brother will be a bit abashed when I tell him. Anyway, so, what, I mean, you say we're being followed by someone very dangerous.
You're being followed by someone extremely dangerous.
More dangerous
Much
even
more
than
dangerous
yourself.
than I.
Which is
His
hard
name-
for me to believe.
His name is Chesnikov.
His name is, sorry, say that again?
Chesnikov.
Can
His
you,
people-
can you spell that for me? Let me put him in my phone contacts real quick.
You don't want to put this guy in your phone contacts. He's a very dangerous man.
I don't even want him in my phone contacts.
Trust me, you don't want him anywhere near you.
Okay, I'll take your word for it. I don't suppose his first name happens to be Pavel, would it?
He doesn't have first names. The people on the planet he comes from stopped using the family honorific after their planet was almost destroyed by nuclear holocaust. The few survivors that left were so shattered and broken from the experience that they vowed not to continue their race. They're voluntarily extinguishing themselves by not reproducing.
It sounds
And
dire.
And there are so few of them that family designations don't even matter. He's the only Chesnikov in his race, so he doesn't need a second name to determine himself from the others.
That's
He became a
crazy.
bounty hunter after his planet was nearly destroyed. Now he's one of the Federation's top assassins. He works for them under the books, of course. Nobody knows about it except for a select few. But he's more deadly than anyone else I've ever met.
Why do you think he's after us?
I have no idea,
But the first thing he did to you was pretty nice. They were trying to get you landed in jail. I don't know why. But since you've escaped from that, he's probably going to come after you and try to kill you.
What?
Well, I tell you what.
He's an agent of the Federation, so he's acting under orders. He can't do anything until he has his orders from on high.
He's an agent of the Federation?
He is. He's a
I
secret
the
Black Ops.
Employed assassins.
No one does. The Federation likes to make everybody think that they're a very peacekeeping civilian operation, but really, in the high branches of their military, they have a lot of secret ops going on that no one knows about.
I wonder what
He's
we've
been
done
watching
to
The
piss
Bourne
off the
Identity.
Federation.
Say that again.
I wonder what we've done to piss off the Federation.
I have no idea.
We've led a relatively upstanding life, just regular shipping contracts and such.
I don't know what
The
you've got that they
occasional
want.
spate of mayhem.
Okay, that'll be enough
Listen,
from
I
the
don't
peanut
know what
gallery.
you-
Thank you.
I don't know what
Oh, I'm
you've done
just
to make
warming
the
up.
Federation mad, but with Chestenkoff on your tail, there's no place you'll be safe.
Well, what should we do? I mean, I appreciate the warning, but how do we proceed?
Well, first you need to know a little about what he carries. He always wears a suit of body armor. It's extremely advanced. Until this recent event, I didn't even know that he had personal cloaking technology. It must be a new thing that they've invented at the high
Nobody
levels
knew
of the
this
Federation.
until it happened.
But his body armor is like makes him go from being a walking weapon to being a walking arsenal. Even without the body armor, he'd be the most deadly person I know. But just on his right arm alone, he has a flamethrower, a small wrist rocket launcher, a vibro whip, and let's see. I gotta remember the schematics. It's been a while.
Sounds
Since I
like
looked at
somebody
it.
else I read about in a book one time.
Listen, I don't know who you read about, but this guy is totally on another level. If you ever run into him, you won't have a
Does
chance
he
of
have a big katana
You won't have a chance
and
to
really enjoy long monologues before killing his targets? Because I think I saw this in an episode of Firefly.
Does he have a very distinguishable helmet pattern by any
Yes,
chance?
Yes, actually he does. It's extremely distinguishable. If you see it, you're probably going to die. If you can't see it, you may be seconds away from dying anyway.
Well, that helps.
So I could be seconds away from death right now.
Well, yes.
Good, that's how I like to live my life.
Listen, all I'm saying is you and your brother need to go on the run. He won't expect that. He's expecting you to go back to your regular life.
On the run.
Either that or you need to figure out why he's chasing after you.
Do you happen to know of a place we can go to ground?
That I can't help you with.
Well, I don't. As much as I suppose you're not willing to get involved because of the personal danger, I would like to offer you a position on our ship. If you feel like teaming up with us would be able to bring vengeance to this Chesnikov person.
I do have a personal beef with Chesnikov that goes back a long ways. And if you're looking for a hiding spot, you might consider Xenon.
Xenon.
Xenon's swarming with Red Faction pirates right now. It'd be a good place to blend into the crowd. It's also highly dangerous, and he wouldn't expect random shippers like you who recently got out of contact with the Red Faction to go right back to the place where you would most likely be seen again.
I'll take your advice into consideration. We're gonna be on this planet for at least another day. So, if you're willing to come and join forces with us and become an even stronger monster,
Hang on, my mother is
before,
calling me.
we would welcome the help, of course.
He says, "I will consider your offer. If I appear presently at your ship within the next 24 hours, you will know I have accepted."
All right, sounds like a good deal. Is there anything else, or is that it?
That is all.
Okay, well, I really appreciate the heads up.
Your appreciation is not necessary.
Best of luck in all your endeavors. If I don't see you again.
I'm sure you will see me again.
And he takes off, and since Don, you're not listening, right? Okay, he takes off his cap, and you can see that like half of his, like the back half of his head is like, he's very clearly at this point a cyborg, and some of the plating that's on the outside resembles that of his droid that you saw.
Huh. I like the new look.
The new look is a result of my plan to finally blend myself with the body of Lawrence Slayton. Long before his death, he implanted his own consciousness into my former body in the event that he would die.
I knew it.
My superior intelligence was capable to restart his insignificant and insuperior fleshly organs. Now I live in an elevated state of consciousness, capable of moving about with the freedom of a human, but with the tactical calculations of my own mechanical abilities.
That sounds remarkable. Do you have a new name? Or are you just gonna go with the old one?
I have not considered a name for myself. Such designations are insignificant in my new state of existence. However, if you wish, you may still refer to me either as Lawrence or Slayton, since that is who you knew me as in my previous life. But I am much more than Lawrence Slayton. I am now the elevated consciousness of what he was meant to be, his true state.
I will definitely keep that in mind.
I would advise that.
All right, I leave the room and go outside and drag Wilberforce after me to the ship.
Wilberforce is, as you come out, Wilberforce is casually reading a newspaper.
Hey, he's not here, so I just don't say anything to him. And I grab his elbow and steer him towards the ship.
He doesn't say anything.
And I give Amy a call and say, "Hey, Amy, have you asked the dockmaster to get started on the repairs to our hull?"
No, I haven't. Do you want to? I figured you guys would take care of that.
Well, we're on our way back. We don't want to be here too long. I was hoping you could get a head start on it.
Oh, okay. I'll tell him to start the repairs.
Thank you.
No problem.
Oh, man. I am really excited to get this blaster rifle.
I thought that was really funny that you guys started arguing about that.
Were you planning this before we started arguing about that? Were you planning that?
Oh yes.
Oh good.
I've been planning this ever since the first run-in with.
Yes.
I have been planning on this for so very long. I definitely had this idea on my own.
Oh good. Good.
So it's just funny to watch you guys come to that conclusion yourselves.
I knew it. I knew he couldn't be dead. He was way too badass.
Well, that's kind of what I thought too.
Did Lawrence mark? Oh, Xenon's on our map. We were originally planning to avoid it.
It is.
But it's already on our map.
It is on your map just because you know where it is, and you're certainly not required to go there based on his suggestion. But
Okay, I'm back. What did I miss?
Okay, buddy.
you're walking back towards the ship.
Me, as we're walking back towards the ship, I say, you owe me one blaster rifle.
I'm gonna need more than that.
You will never guess who was waiting for me in the luminous escape. Who would have guessed it was pronounced like that?
That's weird.
I know, right? And
I don't get that at all.
I hand him.
What language is that?
I don't know, man. It beats me.
Some obscure dialect of the Outer Rim, no doubt.
I hand him the slip of paper with Lawrence Sladen's name on it. And then I go, oh.
You handed me a piece of paper with Lawrence Sladen's name on it. What does that mean?
It means I met with the ex-human bounty hunter Lawrence Sladen in the luminous escape.
The what?
The cantina. Lawrence Sladen was there.
No, he wasn't. I killed him.
Yes, he was there. It turns out that he implanted or duplicated or copied somehow his consciousness into his little droid, and the droid was able to salvage basically what was left of his body and re-knit it as a cyborg. So it has Lawrence Sladen's consciousness and basically most of his body, but most of the inner workings of the droid.
No, it has none of his body. We disintegrated his body.
I don't know. You obviously didn't see it, but he was there in front of me. He was a cyborg. His body was there. It's
his robot that he programmed to act like him is not the same as him. Lawrence Sladen is dead.
Okay, well, it's interesting that you say that because I met with Lawrence Slayton.
No, you met with a robot that called itself Lawrence Slayton.
No. It was Lawrence Slayton.
Okay. Here's the really important interesting thing. Lawrence Slayton told you specifically who was involved, right?
Yes.
Chesnikov?
I met with him, yes.
Yes.
Chesnikov
So
is after us.
Chesnikov was the one on Slaron 2, not Lawrence Slayton. What was the bet we made?
I will run this tape back.
What was the bet we made?
The bet was Lawrence Slayton is involved.
With
that was the bet.
The events
no, that was it.
2.
That was it. I will run the tape back. That was it.
You run the tape back. We were talking about Slaron 2.
Lawrence Slayton is involved. Period. And I was
just waiting for this moment.
He didn't even show up until after we left.
I knew it happened.
you
It's glorious. It's like watching a toy train wreck with something that you put on the tracks.
A combat knife, sir.
No.
It's like setting up all the cars to face each other and then like winding them back so they just run straight at each other. It's so satisfying.
Listen.
Hey, I know that JFK died at a point in the past. Does that make me involved?
What?
Lawrence Slayton knows that Chesnikov was the guy involved on Slaron 2. That doesn't make him involved.
Involved in the situation. He's the one that warned us about the guy that set us up. He's very involved.
Way after the fact, who knows how he found out about that?
He came to us to give us a warning.
Which further proves that it's not Lawrence Slayton.
He involved
Lawrence Slayton tried to kill us. This robot that pretends to be Lawrence Slayton clearly isn't even acting like the guy.
The part of Lawrence Slayton that is from the consciousness of the drug.
Hey, I'm Lawrence Slayton. How you doing? There, see, that's Lawrence Slayton, right? That's me. You believe that I'm Lawrence Slayton, right?
No, you're just being a real asshole about this, and I don't even know why. Because you didn't even like your blaster rifle that much. You keep it under your bed.
You're trying to keep your combat knife by making up a bunch of stuff that is completely incorrect.
Excuse me. Lawrence Slayton sat across from me in booth number 87.
A robot that told you it was Lawrence Slayton.
There's just no reasoning with some people. Just none.
Even if that was true, he still said it was not Lawrence Slayton on Slaron 2. Give me your combat knife.
No. The bet was that he was involved, and he's definitely involved. In fact, I offered him a position on our crew because, like I said, he was grateful to us for saving his higher consciousness. I don't know, it's kind of some weird hokey shit that he came up with. I don't know what's going on. But anyway, I invited him to serve a spot on our crew,
he would know that I killed him
show
dead.
Up. And you can talk to him tomorrow morning. If and when he shows up, you can talk to him yourself. And then you can give me your blaster rifle. Because we made a deal. And by cracking, I was right.
Pretends to be Lawrence Slayton while cleaning my fingernails with your combat knife. Because we made a deal and I was right.
Oh man, this is like one of those things that you think is going to be hilarious and then it's hysterical.
You did this on purpose.
Well, to be fair, I had the idea for this meet ever since the first encounter with Lord Slayton.
When I killed him.
But this this is just hilarious.
Here's what the actual GM told me. He says, the figure leans forward. The disfigured face before you is that of Lawrence Slayton. What?
Holy cow. Unbelievable.
Yeah, get owned, bro.
Are you telling me my own brother doesn't know how plastic surgery works?
Get owned. Owned. And then I will get your rifle owned. Because
no, you do not own my rifle. The only thing I will get owned that knife when you give it to me like we agreed from the deal we made.
No.
Lawrence Slayton was not involved in the events of Slaron 2. Period. The end.
He is involved. We are still involved in the events of Slaron 2.
The robot that thinks he's Lawrence Slayton and has somehow convinced you he is Lawrence Slayton is involved with the fallout after the events of Slaron 2.
I feel like the fallout after the events of Slaron 2 could be said to be the same as the events of Slaron 2.
I feel like if you tried to say that, everybody in the world would smack you upside the head.
Yeah, well, maybe you would. Maybe you might.
Okay, I will.
But that doesn't mean that it's not true.
After the events
It doesn't mean
of
it's not
Slaughter 2.
true.
They are not the same as the events on Slaughter 2.
I'm pretty sure listening to you guys argue about this is the best part of GMing this game.
He was involved, Fight Cracky. You like we're not even
You're
talking
desperately
about.
trying to come up with some way that he's involved because you can't handle the fact that you just lost your combat
You're
knife.
just mad because I called it, and you were totally wrong, and you don't want to give up your blaster rifle. You're just mad because I called it. And you don't want to give up your blaster rifle. So get
You
on.
influenced the
Bro.
GM.
I did not. No, I even asked him. He said he was planning it since we killed him. Since
That's
before we killed
legitimate.
him.
I have been planning it to this ever since the events of that fateful day.
Oh, get destroyed.
The really funny part is
Chill.
that you guys made a very ambiguous deal in which all you said was that Lawrence Slayton was involved, and as Don has noticed, has noted, he was not at Slaughter 2, but as Phil has noted, Don's primary argument was that Slayton was dead.
But
So-
that wasn't the bet.
And
Also, he is dead.
So-
I can make another bet that he's dead because I killed him and cut off his hand myself.
So really, you're kind of both in trouble here.
Yeah, mainly Don is in trouble because I've got the truth on my side.
Mainly, Phil is in trouble because
You know what? Listen,
I've got a
you-
severed hand on my side.
You talk to Lawrence Slayton
I will
tomorrow
talk to
when
the
he shows
robot
up to join our ship, and
when he doesn't get to join our ship because he's not Lawrence Slayton, because Lawrence Slayton tries to kill us.
can you imagine the abilities that that guy would have that he would bring to us? He was
The
grateful
ability
to
to
us.
kill us.
He was grateful to us enough that he warned us about Chesnikov. Like,
Grateful to us, he
on
tried
his
to
own
kill us
time.
all.
He didn't try to kill me in the cantina. He
The
warned me
first
about
encounter
Chesnikov.
we had, I'm gonna blow this ship up so you all die.
Okay, well, maybe he's had a change of heart. Did you ever think of that? Maybe we did him a good turn in killing him, and now he's had a change of heart.
No.
Because that's exactly what
His
happened.
heart
You can say
changed
no
to
all
ash
you want.
when I killed him. I'm talking about the
Because-
robot that tried to
because
kill
that's
us,
exactly
just
what
like
happened.
his owner did.
Oh, right. Well, you get to the spaceship while you're arguing, and Amy walks out and says, "Hey, guys! Oh, what are you arguing about?"
Don't worry about it. You don't want to get involved.
Okay, well, the ship is all patched up and ready to
Look,
go.
who would win in a fight? Spacemen or astronauts? Cavemen or astronauts?
Did the astronauts have weapons?
No. Come on, Phil. You're supposed to say that with me.
Wait.
Yeah, you're supposed to both say that.
This is the greatest line from Angel ever.
I have not seen.
It's
Wait,
I'll link you.
It's been a long time since I've seen.
It's
I'll
it's the
link you.
only scene I've seen from Angel, but apparently it's the only scene that matters in Angel.
Anyway,
Hang on.
And it's rather humorous. It's pretty good.
okay.
Anyway,
So, Amy, number one. Thanks for taking care of that. We're gonna
Yeah, no problem.
We're gonna stay the night here since it's almost nighttime anyway.
okay.
We're gonna stay the night here and leave sometime in the morning. We still need
Ooh.
to talk about where we're headed, though.
Can we sleep in a nice hotel?
You know, last time we slept in a nice hotel, we ended up getting banned from the planet for life.
That's
No.
a good point.
That's not true.
Motor notes that while you were technically correct, those two particular events were not actually connected.
Well, that's fair. We could stay in a
Thank you.
hotel. What do you think? Well, someone needs to be here in the morning because we're gonna leave kind of early. I'll stay with the ship tonight.
Dr.
No,
Albert
it's
says,
okay. I'll stay with the ship.
I will
Dr.
stay
Albert
with the
says,
ship
I will
tonight.
also stay with the ship.
You go enjoy yourself in your cushy little hotel.
If Amy wants to have a hotel,
I'll give you one last night to enjoy your
Amy-
combat
yeah,
knife.
okay, all right. I'm staying with the ship. This is not a negotiable, partner.
Phew, someplace with a decent shower. Amy runs
Oh,
inside
come
the
on.
packaging
Oh,
and
come
runs
on, Amy.
And runs out to find a hotel.
You too? Come on.
Amy's the only one that's actually interested. Both Albert and Modar have opted to stay with the ship.
Okay. Sounds good. I go to my room, check the safe box where my combat knife is located to see that it's still there. Put it back in the safe box and lock it up very carefully. And reset the combination to my door. Your move, Wilberforce.
Look, I'm gonna get that knife because it's mine, and you're gonna give it to me
If you had
because
won-
that's the deal we
If you
made.
had won the bet, I would be happy to give you the knife. But
If you weren't in denial about how I won the bet, you would be happy to give me the knife.
bet. So, you owe me a new blaster rifle.
I appreciate you taking good care of my combat knife.
Jericho, as the crew is finding their respective places for the night, Dr. Albert knocks on your door. Of your cabin.
I answer the door.
Excuse me, Captain. I hope I'm not bothering you anyway, but there's a matter I wish to discuss with you.
Okay.
Well, it regards the retrieval of the artifact that my comrades and I were transporting when we were viciously attacked by the Red Faction pirates.
Oh, yeah. That was a thing.
I spoke to some locals while the two of you were out and about today. And I have reason to believe that if we are to find this artifact, the compass that is, the best place to find it would be on the planet of Xenon.
Well, I guess that's where we're going tomorrow.
He says, at the very least, we will find the highest concentration of Red Faction pirates there. I do believe that if these Red Faction pirates were answering directly to Flat Nash, they probably would have taken back their spoils to him. Or, at the very least, we might be able to find them on Xenon. Most of them appear to be there, based on what the locals told me.
Somebody huffing paint?
Sorry, that's me using my air can.
Ah. Well, everybody, be sure you got your tickets, because the next step's Xenon.
I guess
He says, by no means do I ask you to go there with me. If you're not willing to go to such a dangerous place, I will go alone.
Oh, goodness no, we couldn't abandon you. You're a member of our crew.
It wouldn't be much of a story if we didn't go with you.
LOL.
The DM has clearly invested a lot into this planet. It would be rude to ignore it. Especially after all the other ones we ignored.
Especially because we're liable to run into Chesnikov if we don't and get destroyed. The guy's got a flamethrower and a wrist rocket launcher. How do you beat something like that? That's
With a Sarlacc.
Yeah, it's probably got +2 to hit. I don't know, man. His stats are probably out of this world.
Literally. Because he's not on the planet right now.
LOL. That you know of. Bum, bum, bum. Sorry, I thought I just threw that in there. Right. Dr. Albert goes back to his quarters.
Okay, well, with the setting of the sun, I feel like this would be a good place to cut our session for the night.
I think so as well.
And in the morning, we can see what has become of Lawrence Slayton, and Voltron will receive his justly due blaster rifle from Wilberforce Jericho. His just rewards.
Oh, goodness.
And if you need any further proof, you can just watch the video back, because all of this is being recorded.
All of this is being recorded?
I'm just saying. So, that's that, I guess. GG. GG, boys.
Oh, that was funny. Good session. GG.
GG.
Space. The final space frontier. What will happen next time on Faster Than Light RPG? Will Voltron be forced to give up his combat knife in a blatant tyranny? Or will Wilberforce acknowledge that Voltron totally called it and give him what he rightly deserves? A new blaster rifle. Tune in next time to find out.
Wow.
Will Lawrence Slayton make another appearance?
No, because he's dead.
A friend or as a foe?
As a zombie would be the only way he could make an appearance.
Zombie Lawrence Slayton. Hey, zombie Lawrence Slayton would still mean that Lawrence Slayton was involved, and I win. You'll have to wait until next time.
Zombies aren't real, so...
So, either way, Wilberforce will be grumpy, because he got owned.
Either way, Voltron would still smell like rotten banana peels
At least,
because he got owned.
you know, I will smell like rotten banana peels if it means I get a new blaster rifle. Because those things are awesome.
He will smell like rotten banana peels because you crit failed and fell into
Yes, we
a
don't
trash
talk
can.
about that. We don't talk about that.
No, we do talk about that. Just like we talk about the time you got our ship stuck to the side of a building.
I'm sure we will continue to talk about that as well.
Oh, yes.
I will
Tune
see
in
you
next time.
on Space next time for our more space
Space, tune in, space
Space
next time.
Same space time, same space
Space
channel.
channel. Don't space touch that space dial.
Oh god. Oh man.
Space listeners.
Space in
In space.